Hello everyone and welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Binkabi and this will be another Tempest Remastered draft. Alright, Krovax the Cursed. I think he's pretty bad if I don't recall all too wrong. If you do. So he's a 4/4 flyer that either grows or shrinks. No, he's not even flyer. I don't think he's very good. I think Spineworm, Diabolic Edict and Dorothy Marauder is the best ones. I think I'm gonna start off with a Spineworm. It's very unexciting, but green has been open so far and Spineworm is actually very good, so. Alright, we got Dark Banishing, Solitary Trooper, Sift, Sky Shroud Vampire, and a Flowstone Waller, which is huge. But since we're green, we don't really need huge guys. It's very good though. I think I will pick up the Dark Banishing here. It's by far the best card and goes pretty well into green, so that's valid. Another Mauler. I see, but we get a Trained Armadon. That's not horrendous. Decent blue card, decent red cards, decent green cards. Yeah, no really good white card. This is okay. Yeah, that's fine. 3/3 for 3 is large and yeah, it's really good actually. And as always with green cards, they're not so flashy and exciting. I mean, this is an instant speed removal spell. Wow, that's good. This is a 3/3. Yay. Doesn't really sparkle and shine, but it will do the trick. We're not certain we will be black either, but Dark Banishing was by far the best card in that pack. So let's see. Come on, you Smilus and D. Schulman. Okay, what do we have here? We have a Spiked Colony, a Smite, a Lowland Giant, a Curiosity, Angelic Protector, and what do you do? Choose a color and a creature type. Put a 2/2 token of the chosen color and type. That's extremely slow. I think out of this pack, the best card is probably Angelic Protector. But I'm satisfied with a Spiked Colony or shipping some white. What do you do? I recall you being pretty good, and you are. So Trained Armadon number 2 is good. I would not be unhappy about that. But a 5/4 trample regenerate for 6 is basically what green wants. Looking good on the big eye department. Spineworm is excellent. Carnassier is also extremely hard to. You can't beat it in combat. That's basically it. So what do we want? 2-drops would be nice. I would take more Trained Armadons as well. Solitary Priest, very good. All the shadow guys are good. Alluran. Any player may play creatures card. No. So another Trained Armadon it is. Not sure if we're gonna be black. We will see. So far white has seemed pretty open. Red has seemed pretty open too. What do we get here? A spider. That's pretty good too, but we don't really need that. Either we take a Rootbreaker Worm or we take a spider. Don't think we need a Spiked Colony right now. So it's basically, do we want to go even bigger or do we want a good early blocker? I think I take the spider. I don't think we will be lacking. Of course. Here we'll take Harrow, I guess. We wouldn't have taken the spider anyway. Harrow is excellent, so it ramps, it color fixes. It's usually not a big risk to play it. Okay, so we could take a mana fixer that we might play, a borderline playable, or a blue card or a white card. I think I'll just take the Sky Shroud Forest. If we end up green-blue, that's good. Alright, here we will take the Mauler and don't really care about the rest. Elven Rights, pretty good. I guess we take that against a super slow opponent. Sideboard card. So black is not really open, but green seems like always wide open, so that is good for us. It's not that strange because it's hard to evaluate cards that are Smite last pick that are this old. But let's say today a 5/4 for 5 is just like an 18th pick or something, 18th inclusion in the deck. Here it's like 3rd, 4th or something like that. Alright, so we can take another black removal and try to ease our way into black. We could take a Root Walla or an Elvish Fury, but I don't think we need to take that now. Ultimately we could take a Pacifism. And is Smite Pacifism better than Diabolic Edict, Dark Banishing? I don't think so. Diabolic Edict is not very good later in the game, I suppose, whereas Pacifism is. And white seemed pretty open. Don't get me wrong, both Rutvala and Elvish Fury is premium cards. But I think I'll take Pacifism. I won't be doing a lot of blocking, I suppose. Pacifism over... Yeah, I think it's better than... It's so much better than Diabolic Edict that I think it's worth it. So maybe not black, but that could change again. We also have red, I guess, if we really want to go deep. Here we got a Mana Elf, which I think is the only pick that makes sense. Ogre Shaman is fantastic. Sabertooth Wyvern is also very good. Another Smite, but I think the Elf is just really what we're looking for. Ooh. Spitting Hydra. Maybe we are supposed to be red. It's a 4/4 for 5 that can shoot stuff. I guess it's not very good against us. We could pick up a troll instead. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I don't think it's wrong to take the Spitting Hydra and go from there, but this one I know I'm going to play, and overall it seems fine. We also have white fixing in the Sky Shroud Elf, which is good. Let's see. Spike Breeder is pretty good. It's a 3/3 for 4, but it can make guys and mess up combat. That's okay. And you're the shadow guy, yeah. Yeah, I think Spike Breeder is fine. Here we get another spiked colony. Yes. Not much else to do in that pack. This was an interesting pack. I was gonna slam Endangered Armadon just because how good he is in this deck. The Man Elf is the only card that makes him worse, but Harrow and Sky Shroud Elf, I think you just have to take the Elf. He will be too good in our deck. But that's not... Oh, a late Muscle Sliver. I'd rather have the Heartwood Ride, I think. What do you do? That doesn't really seem what I want to be doing. I'm gonna take the Dryad. I don't care about the Muscle Sliver too much. Another Spineworm. You're creature types, right? Yeah. Yeah, another Spineworm is fine. Elvish Fury Wield. Fair enough. Don't hate that. Yeah, so white seems like the best splash. Even though Dark Banishing is better than either of the white cards, I think it will be so much easier to cast with the elves, and that's 2 removals. Even though I expect Smite to be pretty bad in this deck, it's still a removal spell, so overall this is shaping up to be really nice. I mean, green has the best creatures. The thing we will have problem with is shadow creatures, but our creatures are so big that shadow creatures will be outclassed. Here I guess we take a provoke. Could be good. And here we take reach. It's not really what I want to be playing, but conviction is not it either, and hate picking is rarely gonna get you where you want to go. So we could take anti-shadow or another anti-shadow, and I guess anti-shadow guy is better. Yeah, so our deck is basically, we could sleeve this up and be done with it. Could also splash blue pretty easily. Not sure what we would be splashing. That's a single blue, but we will see. Sky Shroud Elf I think was the correct pick there. The elephant is really good, and what was the other thing? It was like a trainer, no, a harrow. Both would have been great additions to the deck, but I think I'd rather have the elves. Like turn 2 elf, turn 3 spike breeder, into turn 4 spineworm. I mean, few decks can keep up with that. So removal heavy red, black, white mix maybe. Yeah, this is looking good. Now we're basically looking to just improve the quality overall. And mounted archers is not really something I want. Reach is good, but I would generally expect not to have any problems with flyers, because I'll just beat them to death before they can do anything. Can move them to the sideboard actually. And we have a spider, that's good. So the worst card in this pile is probably Heartwood Dryad, and they serve a specific purpose of keeping us alive against shadow decks. So that's good. Elvish Fury is pretty nice. So all the buyback spells, or basically all the buyback spells, are good. Oof, Flame Wave. Could we be back on the red train? Flame Wave is insane. Let's see, are we taking it over anything? Not really. The only card that's, let's say, the best card for us in this pack would probably be Defenders or Soltari Lancer. Yeah, I'm just picking Flame Wave. And an Overrun. Overrun is actually good. I'm not sure if we will play the Flame Wave, but I will really try, because it's horrendously good. And we have mana fixing actually. Could be better than the white. Overrun here is obviously the pick though. Don't have to look at any other cards. It's the perfect addition to this deck, and I'm very happy to see that. I mean, I can't lean too heavily on the elves, but they do filter mana very effectively. Let's say we've played up to 7 mana with green and like a plains, and then we play Flame Wave. Yeah. Flame Wave is insane. And we also have a Flowstone Mauler for what it's worth. The bad thing is that we are lacking the red good sheep removals, but I think we have all the bases covered if that's the case anyway. Yeah, like this pack. I was gonna slam Wolf Blossoms because it's so good, but I'm just gonna take Kindle here and never look back on the white. Yeah, I think that was a correct pick because we didn't take it over anything that we were gonna be happy to play anyway, and the upside of maybe getting like 2 more decent red cards to play Flame Wave is easily worth it. And as I said, with 2 elves, it's not that hard to filter through. And we can go get 2 mountains with Harrow, and yeah, we will see where we end up. And here we have another spider, some good white cards, Flowstone Blade. I'm just gonna take the spider. I know I will be playing him, and that should shore up the flying matchup. So here we have Mulch. Don't really like that. Another spider, which I don't want. We have a Heartwood Giant, which I learned from the previous draft how it works. Or we have a Mana Fixer, that's pretty poor. Don't really need a giant. Don't really need a spider. The giant is reach though, which is pretty impressive. I'm just gonna take the mana. Maze of Shadows, I don't think we can support that, but it would be good. Here I think we take another troll. He's very good. Maze of Shadows would be an excellent sideboard card if nothing else, but... Oh, we get... Ooh, we have a Rampant Growth too. I don't really like ramping. Wall of Blossom is kinda ramp already, so get in there. What are we cutting? I guess we cut... 1 spider. Is spider better than right now? I think 1 spider is fair enough. Fair game. Another troll or a hermit druid. I think we just take another troll. We get a mulch anyway if we want it. Thing is that if it bricks, it's so bad, and we don't have anything to do with the graveyard. I don't really like that. I'm gonna take a metallic sliver. And here, how is the sideboard coming with? We already have 1. Yeah, I guess we're taking out a spider. Can't have too many. Interesting pick. I don't think I want the second Elven Rite. But Wall of Diffusion could do work in the sideboard. Sure, let's take the infinite number of spiders and provokes. So we didn't get another Harrow, but what can you do? We need to cut a card. We could cut the Flowstone Mauler. Not cutting over on. I like that we have stuff to do down here. We could cut the Flowstone Mauler and just splash Flame Wave and Kindle. That's a decent splash. How many mountains do we have to run? Like, if we draw Sky Shroud Elf, we don't need any. If we don't draw Sky Shroud Elf, we need like 6. Could get greedy and splash 2 colors, but that could potentially be too much. Yeah, I think we could remove the second spider. Yeah, that seems alright. Running 23 spells, 17 lands. I think we will go up a mountain and add the Mog Hollows. So let's see, we have Kindle, Flame Wave as removal, 2 pump spells, 3, I guess. A lot of, I mean, on the ground we should never lose. In the skies we can bring in 4 spiders. and 3 provokes, so that should be good enough. Should be able to raise them, and we should be able to flame wave them out. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources. But to be fair, we need 4 mountains to play flame wave. This is probably too greedy, but I just can't resist. It's so good. So I'll see you shortly for the first match.